this and actually clap with me. Can we do this? And I must say that you are definitely a big, huge inspiration to all of us ladies. Now, if you agree that Grace is a huge inspiration, can we give her a big round of applause? Grace, you mentioned that having it all, it might kind of seem like an illusion. So can you share more with us how that you balance your role as a TV host, as an actress, as a wife, and also a mother as well, of prioritizing your own well-being?
You know, it's funny, but every time I travel, it's when I feel the most relaxed. I don't mean to say this, but my kids are a lot. I have 3 sons, all under 5 at the moment. So being at home, I always say at the end of the night, my ears are ringing. It's so noisy in my house all the time. And so when I travel, I really love the time that I get to really just spend in my own space. And I'm sure a lot of people resonate when I say this, that it's actually very important to really cater some time to yourself and have some alone time. Actually, I came 2 nights ago, and the moment I landed, Body Perfect was so nice to arrange a treatment for me. And I think the last time I had a proper massage was months ago. So as I was relaxing and enjoying it, we were doing a little bit of filming, I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, my mouth is a little bit dry. Was I like opening my mouth while I slept? And they're like, it's great. I felt like you were really relaxed, you were enjoying yourself. And I was. And I think it's so important for us to just carve out a little bit of time if we have the opportunity or the chance. Get someone to take care of those kids for you. Take some time off work. Really just carve out some time for yourself. And I think that will make a huge difference as well.
Yeah, that's a really nice piece of advice here. So, you mentioned that you're going to take advantage of your age and your energy. How has this becoming a mother has changed your approach to your own health and wellness?
Oh, I think in my 20s, I was definitely more about, I don't need to rest. In my 20s was when I did a lot of filming on Phuket. And I remember the toughest time I had was when I went 50 hours straight. And I know, 50 hours. And I remember that at my very max, what happened was that I was on a Yase job. So that's the car that transports us from one location to another. And as I was sitting in that bus, I just puked. And I just told myself, like, I can't do this. Like, I'm tired, I'm burnt out. And I remember, and this might sound a bit bad, but I remember my director saying, okay, why don't you go home, take 4 hours, take a power nap, and then come back to the studio at night. And because I was in my 20s and I didn't know any better, I said yes. And I went back straight away after 4 hours, and guess what? I got even more sick after that. Because it wasn't enough rest, and I should have said, I can't. Can you give me a day or 2, let me completely recover so I can give you guys 100% of me. And I think now, through experience, I know to say no to some sort of scenarios and some situations, and it's for the better of everyone as well, and I think that's important to know.
It is definitely important. I think for what I managed to capture here is learn to say no sometimes and always give 100% to whatever things that you're committed to. Thank you very much, Grace, for that answer. Now, my last question here to you, Grace. Can you share with us what motivates you to stay active in raising awareness of health issues like breast cancer? Could you share with us?
Absolutely. Like I said, I might not have personally experienced this, but I do have friends and family who have. And of course, in some more severe cases, I do see family leaving at a time that was quite unexpected. And I think one thing that really allows me to speak on behalf of this is because as someone who is trying to do so much at the same time, I think it's really important for us to remember that without our health, we really can't take the next step. Whatever dreams or goals, whatever, or if you have to be at home and take care of your children, I think without health, we really aren't able to do as much and to fulfill as much as our potential. And I think it's really important as a mother too, to speak on behalf of all the mothers here, to say that without our health, we aren't setting a good example for our kids as well. I think more so now we see children who also abuse their health in a way because we're so inclined to giving them so many things to do, or we're giving them a lot more food to eat, maybe unhealthy food that I do as well, or just different kind of factors and different kinds of things that make our kids also a little bit burnt out. And I think it's almost a little bit, I have to be cautious as I say this, but I do think it's important to also be able to take a step back and to not only let ourselves rest, but to let our families rest as well, and our children to rest as well, because it's not only about standing here and speaking to all of you today, but for the future generation as well. So I hope that this is not only something that we stand here for 1 month in October or 1 day of the week to talk about the awareness of breast cancer or all the other illnesses that are affecting us, but something that we have to realize and to be really taking good care of for the rest of our lives as well.
Thank you. That is indeed very well said. It's not just a day in the year. It's always a constant reminder for everyone. So once again, ladies, let's thank Grace for her amazing speech here as well. Grace, would you please just remain here for a short moment? I'd like to invite all of